Howdy folks, what do y'all think? This is a old kit, the ideal gift for the custom-minded fisherman. This was made by MF. Shows you some of the things was in it before I opened it. This is very old. I tried to do some research. I tried to find it on the computer and I could not find it. The young man that let me use this says he thinks it's 40 to 50 years old at least. And I believe that. I remember back in the 70s I was trying to remelt plastic worms, and I took a piece of wood. Yeah, I worked with wood all my life, right? I made gun cabinets and stuff like that, so when I was young. So I took a piece of wood and I carved out a bait and a worm, and I used remelt worms and put in it, you know, and stuff, and played around with it. But this is totally different. This was actually made for the fisherman. This is the kit. Gave you directions. Melting your plastic, okay, adding your colors. Alright, you pour your worms. Alright, pour your own worms the MF way. This is the instruction booklet. This is some of the mold you could get. Nothing fancy, guys. Most of them just straight worms, little beetle body. The only thing I see there possible is a lizard had a straight tail. Alright, gotta make sure I don't want to destroy any of this. He's let me borrow this to make a video with. There's something in the box up here. This has been in storage for a while. That's not hard to tell. Bam. This is some of the stuff that's in it. Look, has been in storage so long. This deteriorated, leaked. Here's the mold. That's what we want. We're gonna lay it out. All right. What is this? Plastic coloring. Worm oil. Plastic coloring. Don't say what color they are. It was like chartreuse there. And let's see, it's a purple. What is this? I don't know what that is. Alright. Anyway, I think we got all the goodies out of there. We'll probably use my coloring. And what I'm going to do at first now is I'm going to remelt some of my plastic. I got plenty of scraps, guys. I bet you I got 5 gallons of scraps back here. Pieces of bags. I put them in containers like this and in bags. Alright. Here's some of the new emerald color I'm working with. I got some of that. We could pour that in it. So I keep them containers. I got 2 shells full of them back here. So that's why I use stuff like that for something like this. They used to use something brand new for this. All right, you can see there's a worm. There's 2 beetle bodies, and there's a straight tail worm. So I'm going to pour all those. Let me get some plastic ready. Then I'll cut the camera back on, and we'll pour into these. There'll be hand pours. And we'll see what they look like. Maybe we'll pour about 4 or 5 colors. And guys, this weekend I'll fish with them. Alright guys, start off with, let me get my other glove on here. I heated some Virginia shad. That was off here. These, haven't used this pair for a while. Alright, get y'all here where y'all can see. Can y'all see right here? Alright. Now, this is the Virginia shad color. Alright. I'm gonna tell you what, guys, that's hard to do. Pour it like that and keep it pretty. Molds have come a long ways, haven't they? When you got a mold like that, you come to a mold like this. This is that little worm. Where you can take an inject and shoot 10 at a time. I do have, this is a hand pouring mold. Okay, let me pour it while I've got it. Let's do that. Now, how you make this mold look really nice is after it cools, you can take a heat gun, heat the top, make it pretty, or you can put it on the griddle, run up to 350 till it levels out, and take it off, and it'll be real pretty. By pouring it by hand and sleeving it, the back will be a little raw, be a little rough. All right, so let those cool, and we'll pull them out of there. All right, guys. Yeah, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Like I said, I try to get a date on this. He thinks it's 40 years old. But you can imagine, this is the way it came out the first time. If you want to get into bait making, this is what you had to do. This is the kind of mold you had and how you had to start out. Can y'all imagine that? Can y'all imagine me pouring them like this, 2 at a time, these beetle bodies, to sell them? There you go. It's about 2 inches long, maybe 2 1/4. Kind of sticky. Like it's little drops, stuff on the ends. I'll cut them off. That ain't no big deal. It's not gonna hurt nothing. Now let's get the 2 beetle bodies out. And guys, there you go. So that's why I made these in Virginia shad to start with. I think I can catch something on those in Virginia shad. We'll see. But I'm gonna pour a couple more colors too. I'm gonna pour another color right here. Oh man, it's warm. That's a big boy there. It's probably 8 inches. What do y'all think? Alright. Yeah, that gotta make me wonder. I have to find a big bass to hit that one. And this is a flat tail. Y'all think I can catch a bass on that? Alright, I think I can catch a bass on that one. The other one I don't know. Alright. Now, while I've got the camera going, surprise! I got the wipeout color ready. Alright. We'll try a different angle here so y'all can see. Oh, I didn't open the other mold, did I? I didn't open the swim bait mold. I'd probably like to do the grub bodies in chartreuse, or maybe one of the remelt colors yet. Before I quit, probably going to do. Feel like it was full enough. Probably going to do 3 or 4 colors. I want to get it full because there's not much worm there anyway. By the time you put a hook in it. And I'm probably going to have to put on a shaky head, these worms. Alright, this is the swim bait mold. I poured the Virginia shad. Now I know I can catch a bass on this. See how it sunk in? That's what I was telling you. See that low spot in the back? It does that as it cools. And see, it was full. Now if I would have took and I could take a heat gun to it and I could have made that level out, or I could have kept added to it a little more as it was cooling. But that won't hurt the effect of its catching fish. The reason it catches fish is this old fat tail right here swimming. So I know I can catch fish on that, because I've been throwing those around. I've got quite a few colors back here. I showed y'all some of them in another video where I was making them on a Wednesday night. I shared with y'all that I was making for the Striper Club when I went and gave a little talk with them. Alright, let this one cool and we'll open up in a minute. Okay guys, let's see what we got this time. This is the wipeout color. Bam. She's still warm. Very warm. I don't want to hold it too long. Alright, there's the other split tail. This could be a challenge, I'm telling you. Alright, there's the worm and the wipeout color. I think I can catch a fish with that. It ain't very pretty on the back. Said they settle down some. But look, this is all you had then, guys. Nostalgia, go backwards, you know. Old stuff here. This is the Antique Roadshow. Y'all like to watch that? This is something you might show up on there. That's a big worm, but I could cut it down some. I could cut it down about 1.5 inches. I think get something with it. Now, I've got another one ready as we go along here. I've been cooking. Bam. This is the remelt from the Slayer color, okay? And I'm just going to pour. Like I say, if it has a little lump on the sides with overflows, I can cut those off. All right, that's a Slayer color remelt. I've been telling y'all about the remelts, how great they work. I catch a lot of fish on the remelts from most of the colors. Even limeade remelt works good. All right, let that cool. We'll open that one. All right, guys, let's see what we got this time. Okay. So that remelt from Slayer makes a smoky looking color. It's great. All right. I think I got that there where y'all can see it. If I don't look behind the camera sometimes, guys, I don't even have it in view of y'all. And I got the camera pointing down so much. All right, that's the worm. All right. Now, that gives me three colors. I'm gonna pour one more. Yeah, I got another one ready. I've had the vacuum chamber put all these plastics in the vacuum chamber. I take the bubbles out of it. See, it's really smooth now. I showed y'all that in another video too, didn't I? All right, guys, let's see. I started the nose out of this one just to see if it was cool enough. All right, now here's what I was telling you. I over poured this one. What I'll do is I'll take my little scissors. I'll let it cool good, and I'll just take and trim it like that. See? I'll just cut that little skin off, and it'll be fine. I'm gonna let it cool good first, okay? This color is Azure. Now this one done fine. Remember they call this a grub body. Kind of like what's on a beetle spin, right? Alright, I've done the worm. Now I'm going to pour this same color one more time, but I'm not going to do it on camera. Okay? See, it's got just a little bit of over pour on the edge right there, and that's fine. Once it cools, I can take and cut that off. I'm laying them on a cookie sheet behind me, guys. That's why I'm turning around doing that. I'm laying them on a cookie sheet, and I'll tell you something I learned about making baits. Even these willow tails or whatever I'm making. If you lay them out and you lay them out crooked like that, it'll always be crooked. When y'all buy baits from me, I make sure they're straight in the bags when I store them. Before I ship them to you, I look again, make sure they're straight. I open every bag, guys, and make sure they're straight in there. If you let baits lay crooked in a bag for a period of time, let's say a week or 2 weeks, and you go back out fishing and you pour one in, you go like, well, tail's crooked. If it laid crooked in that bag for a couple weeks, they'll take that memory. It's plastic, guys. Plastic will do that. Fishing line does that, right? It's a type of plastic too. It will take memory. Make sure your baits are straight in those bags, okay? If you get one out, look at them. Make sure there's one in there that's not got that tail like this is not curled up. The tadpoles are probably the best about not doing that. The stingers, even this LC shad, Lake Country shad, if you leave it in the bag and it's curled like that, it could always take that shape, guys. How do you get it out? You just warm it up. You can bring some water warm. It don't have to be boiling. To at least it's probably, I don't know, guys, 275, 300 degrees. You can hold the bait down. You take like I did a pin like that. Hold it down in the water. Just count the bait 3 or 4 and pull it out and lay it back down straight. It'll be fine. But memory's what it is. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Now I'm going to fish with them. See if we can catch some fish with them. This is going to be interesting. You know, I don't remember these. I should have. I probably seen them. Probably didn't dig hard enough. Then again, I might have walked in the store and seen them on the shelf and went, hey, you know, I don't remember. I don't remember seeing those, but he seems to think they're 40, 50 years old. I have to agree with him. That would put them back to about, what, the 70s? That's about right. Guys, I can remember when I started bass fishing, we didn't have a lot of bass to pick from. We had a lot of straight tail worms. There was a worm by Kmart. Kmart had these worms called peewee worms. They worked really good. They had a curl tail and a straight tail. I caught a lot of fish on those, okay? Mann's was a big company then. So some of y'all have fished a lot through the years, just as much as I have. Y'all remember that stuff. Because I talked about when grubs first came out with the curly tail, right? Man, that was a big thing, wasn't it? That was in the 80s when grubs came out. Some of y'all tell me when y'all remember that. When the curly tail grubs came out, right? The 4-inch grubs, and Yokomoto had them, and different company, Klein's had them. Man, we killed the bass with them. Y'all, some of y'all that older folks, put down in the comment when y'all thought that happened when they came out. Alright, going fishing with these guys. Y'all stay tuned. Let's go see if we can catch some fish on these old baits. Made from a mold that's 40 or 50 years old. And guys, this is plastic too now, okay? Some kind of acrylic probably. Even got a little bow in it. Took it forever. To cool. These aluminum molds, 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, you can open them. You know why? That's a 4-inch Cinco mold. Because the aluminum sucks the heat out of them, guys. You can shoot them 350, 330 degrees, by the way I like to shoot at. You can shoot at 330. 5 minutes you can open it because the aluminum helps take the heat out of them. You can even get coolers if you want to and put into your vise here. Alright, I don't have that, don't need that, but I have multiple molds of everything. Like this is the swim bait molds, the little 1.5. I have multiple molds. Somebody asked me how many molds I have. I have to sit down and count. I've got like 30 probably. I don't know, that area. Alright guys, hope y'all enjoyed that. Just sharing a couple things with you. Let's go see if we can catch some fish on these. This is Thursday evening. The fishing is going to be done Saturday. We got thunderstorms coming in tomorrow. I'll have to go Saturday morning before the storms come again Saturday evening and see if I can catch some fish on these baits. See y'all on the water. Wow. About an hour and 15 minutes it took me to. Alright guys, I reeled this fish in and my camera cut off. I was saying it took me about an hour and 15 minutes to catch a fish on one of these hand poured baits. I have fished every color that I made, y'all see me make, and to catch a fish on it, what did I do? I made it skinnier. Yeah, all I have is a pair of scissors, guys. I cut a bunch of it off. I made it skinnier because y'all see how fat they are, okay? Right? Remember when we made these at the beginning of the video? You watched me make them. See how fat they are, how thick they are? They have no tail action, guys. That's all the tail action you got. That's a little bit. So I split them. I cut it up further and split it. Alright? Yep. And I cut some of the plastic off of them. Yeah, it looks pretty rough because I'm trying to do it with a pair of scissors. But I got more tail action that way. When it's in the water, see? I got more tail action. And I caught one on it. Let's see if I can catch another one, and we'll try one of these that I haven't cut. I was doing good today, making a video with this sunshine color and LC shad. They ate it up, guys. I was catching fish 2 or 3 casts in a row sometimes, okay? So I tried to dye it chartreuse. As you see, it didn't take quite the same color because this was a smoke one. They would bump that one. Never caught a fish on it. Like I said, I started about 9 o'clock, a little bit afterwards, fooling with this bait, and it's 11:15. Yes. And there's fish here. I'll show you where that. Right here. See, it's a school of fish right there. Now, guys, they're 15, 20 foot in front of the dock. They're 12 to 15 foot back there. That's very difficult. I'm having a time getting back there to them. But they'll come out and they'll follow it. I can put that LC shad on, throw it back and catch one. I did it a couple times. I'm going, well, maybe they just quit. Nope. I stop and put that bait on, throw it back at the first cast, I'll catch one. This bait is very difficult to catch fish on. I feel for the poor guys back then. You know, body shape makes a difference, guys. That's why we have so many bodies today, and color makes a difference. People say, well, color don't make a difference. Well, I've tried a couple different colors too. There's days when you can't tell me color don't make a difference. May they see it different, I don't know. But I made it skinnier, and that helped a little bit, I think. Because I was about the second cast with it now after I made it skinny after I cut some on it. Yeah, I got so disgusted, guys, I thought I got to change this thing. Bam. Alright guys, here's the second crappie I've caught all day. I've been fishing this bait for another hour. This one I didn't cut. I cut the other one up. I thought, let me try the one that I haven't cut up. This is off that bridge. This color seems to be the best in this bait. I've tried the smoke and the shad color. They bump it. I think the biggest problem is these are so thick. That's why I cut them with the scissors. See, they don't have any. Yeah. Now, look, I've had people tell me all kinds of stuff. You know, I talk to a lot of local folks and folks that leave comments on the site, and I listen to them, I read them, I try to be open-minded and think about what they say, you know. And
I had somebody comment this week, for example, that I should show you on a video when I fish, even for Fish for Fun, every video, I should show you how I make the baits. Well, I know that's interesting to a lot of people, but that's a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of editing. It's a lot of extra editing. A lot of time in my bait shop. I can't do that. I do it on Sundays, and that's enough. Okay? But I understand that. I just can't do that, guys. It's too much. And some people say, oh, your baits are too soft. Some say they're too hard. The plastic's too hard. I don't have the right color. I need this color. I need that color. I got 38 colors now, guys. Get ready to add 8 more. So I'm making a lot of colors. I can't do it all at one time. If you don't have a color of the 38 colors I have that you don't like, it's going to be a color sooner or later that I'll get it on there, probably. But I am a custom bait shop, so I try to make my own ideas. But I can tell you something I learned today from fishing with this bait. These poor folks in the 70s that was pouring baits with these, they suffered. I'm going to tell you, they suffered. You don't have the action. You see what I'm talking about? And that's why I cut it, everything. I finally caught that fish vertical jigging. I finally got right up on top of them, guys, and vertical jigged it. Now, you can take a bait like this. Watch how easy the tail moves. Now, a lot of folks say you can have too much action. Some folks say, they like a bait. Well, if you think these baits have too much action, you need to fish with these ones I hand poured with a big old fat tail, because they don't have any action. As you see, they don't shake at all. This little tail right here, when you move it through the water, you don't have to shake it like that in the water. No, guys. Somebody said they have too much action. Well, if you're doing that in the water, you're doing too much anyway. When you pull that thing through the water, this tail, hopefully, it's just going like this. I'm going to exaggerate it some now. Not like that. It's just moving like this, slowly, right? So like it's pushing itself along, right? That's what you want. You don't want it to go like this, because that's not realistic. But you want it to be able to move some. If it comes through like a board, then it ain't going to look real. It must well be a stick in the water, right? All right, colors make a difference. You chartreuse these tails. This is a poured one. I made one batch of these guys I've been fishing with. It makes them look like they move better. This is the remelt from Limeade. I caught some on that today. I've caught them in a lot of different colors. This is a two-tail color. Plum clays and chartreuse tails. I have a lot of colors. This tail is thicker in the middle and gets thinner on both ends. Gets thin here where it hooks up, gets thin on the end. So when it goes through the water, even this moving it through the water, this tail, the idea of this bait is this tail is going to flop like that easily. Or you can rig it this way and it's going to go back and forth this way easily. See how easy it moves? When that tail moves easier, it gives the bait action easier. You don't have to move it fast. You can be moving it slow, guys, because most of the time for crappie fishing, we move our baits way too fast. You don't need to be doing this. It won't even shake doing that. You don't need to be, look. It just don't have no action. It's just a solid piece of plastic, and it has a shape, and that's it. All these tails probably separate a little bit in the water, and that's about it, okay? But it has very, very little action. It's all about color. I was vertical jigging, and when I seen the fish get close to it, I popped it a couple times. One came up, he's going to hit it. I popped it again, the other one grabbed it. I think it bit it out of competition. They didn't bite it because it looked good to them. But I'll try it again. I tried different colors. Very tough. I feel for those folks that was fishing with that, and that's the only mold they had. I feel for them. No wonder a lot of the older guys use live minnows all the time. All right, guys, I'm fishing the worm in the azure color. I think I got a bass. Actually, this was the, oh, he got off. Dag nabbit. All right, guys. Look here. Woohoo! Got him. Got him. Yeah. Woohoo! All right, guys. Stop. Be like one of these videos on TV. They catch the bass and he flops back into the water. Let me show y'all what I caught him on. Yep. All right. I'll show you more of that worm in a minute. Let me get him off and get him back in the water. All right, guys. That's a good 3-pound bass. Woohoo! I'll tell you what, he nailed this worm. Let me show you the worm. This is the worm. Yep, the old flat tail one. This is the azure color that we poured. Broke it right there just a little bit. But yeah, this is the azure color that we poured in the nostalgia in the old bait mold, the old EMF bait mold. All right, guys. I might pitch it around a couple more times, a couple more minutes. He nailed it. I used to throw blue worms a lot into peewee worms I used to buy at Kmart years ago, and that's why I wanted to pour that blue too. But there you go. I caught a bass, and look, I hooked another bass one day on this bait and lost it. And I might show it to you in the video. And then I hooked a big fish. I felt like the size of that one, and fought it for a little bit and lost him. Hey, I got this one in. All right, guys. Thank y'all for watching Fishing Lake Country.